Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. Hit like, comment, subscribe, you know what to do. Be cool, city lights shining so bright. Fine dining nights feels right. Flights to places far from sight. Get right. Ruthless truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could go bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Underneath the neon glow, life is fast but take it slow. Every moment like a show. Let's go. Dancing through the night, we got energy flows we can't hide. Feel alive, we outside. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Moments fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Ruthless fleeting but we shine. In this rhythm we align. Time flies. Truth, yeah, ruthless truth. Get down, it could bad for you. In the city where we move, stay cool. Stay cool.
Hey, nobody bigger than the program.
Yo, back at it again. You know what I mean? Gotta keep it real. Keep it hood. What's up, YouTube? Today's topic is about another part of keeping it real, right? Date what you can afford. There's no long, listen, and this is to the men. It's all about what you can afford. It's not about your personality. It's not about, morals. It's about date within your means so she have a chance to be on your team. Because that's the name of the game. It's always been that way, but it's even more prevalent now. And we're going to break it down, you know what I mean? The difference between dating of 7, 8, 9s and dimes versus 6 and lower. I will break it down so you can see the very last compound. So yeah, date what you can afford, nigga. Don't be scared, nigga. We got to keep it real, right? If she's a bad bitch, you know what I mean, and you're not pulling in a great amount of income, you need to look the other way. If she's any type of attractive woman, you know that these type of women, they cost, right? That's why you see a lot of bad, really beautiful women married to athletes, actors, rich men, pretty much, are men of well-to-do, are not, they're single. That's pretty much what it is. So, just keeping it real. We got my boy Paul Pierce and his little, I guess, partner. Paul Pierce has some nice stuff here. He breaks it down a little bit. And let's see what they got to say.
Level of the girl you're dealing with, like I said.
Him saying, dating a woman is supposed to. That's been going viral, just to get your opinion on it. So DDG has his dating show now.
Yeah.
Are You My Ball?
I saw Are You My Ball?
Yeah, which to me, I just don't understand that. But
okay.
I guess that's what the kids say.
Uh-huh.
I'm an older lady, so
Are
I
You
wouldn't
My
know.
Ball? Yeah.
But basically, he has this viral thing about him saying dating a woman is supposed to be costly, and he believes you shouldn't date if you can't afford it. What are your thoughts on that?
Ooh.
And this is the younger generation. DDG, they're accepting the reality that it costs to be the boss. Well, not necessarily the boss, but it costs a date. At least if you want a really good-looking woman. I mean, you don't want no scutterbug. Huh. You want you a really attractive woman, looks decent. Nigga, you got it just the way it is. You're not the days of, man, I got me a bad one, and you work in the McDonald's are over. It's over. You work at McDonald's, you got to get you 1 to 5. And they better not have no onion back there. It's just a fact. It's facts. It's just a fact of the matter. We got to keep it real.
Ooh, you can't, man. That's true. It is costly. Yeah, I'm a roll with DDG on this one.
Okay.
Yeah, like for real, because when you single, you less worried about your partner and doing things for them and making sure they're happy, because doing things with them costs money. You can let's go to dinner, costs money. Uber costs money. Let's have a drink, costs money. I mean, it just kind of
it adds up.
Yeah, for sure. So if you ain't got it, then you better think twice, or you got to think about the level of the girl you're dealing with. Like I said, go back to dealing with, 5, 6. Who ain't worried about all that jazz. You know what I'm saying?
Crying.
I'm just saying, it ain't gonna be all uppity. You got to take me here. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Do I look like I eat here? Nah, you need to deal with ones that ain't on that. You know what I'm saying? So you got to date within the look of the girl. You say, okay, that's my budget.
I'm crying.
You got to look at her. You got to be real with yourself.
Range. I can agree to that.
No, you got to be.
That's my budget. That's 100. That's 100. When you look at a woman, you can't be looking, oh, she fine. I want to get to know her. I want to know her name. I want to know what she like to, what she into, who you be with, what numbers to dial. We're going to be here for a while. Ain't that right, boo? True. No, you need to say, I can afford that. Because these women are demanding that you take them to high-level restaurants. There's certain women that do that. Then there's women who, you can take to Denny's, right? Depending on the level of their beauty. It depends on the level of the beauty. Doesn't matter. If you got to make sure you get a little less than average woman. You got to get you something that's low budget, that fits your budget. If you're working making these, you define a 3, 2, 1. Right? But about 35,000 a year, you need to find you a 2. She needs to be a 2. And you need to be happy with that. Because that's the only way you're going to get a decent lifestyle.
Be real. You got to look at a girl and be like, "Oh, she gonna cost." But then you look at her like, "Oh, okay, I can afford that." Like straight up, no, for real.
But it does make sense. I know what you're saying. That's real.
No,
I can
on the
agree
real
with
talk.
that. Like not everyone can afford a Rolls
You
Royce.
gotta
And the
look
maintenance
at
of that.
Like you gotta look at yourself in the mirror. You gotta see how you dress, see kind of car you drive, see where you live in, and be like, all right, I gotta date within my means.
Yeah,
and you can see that by looking at that girl. Like I can work with that. I can, or you go a step below that and say I could uplift that. You know what I'm saying?
I'm screaming. Okay, I could honestly say that I agree with you. I don't have any rebuttal because that is the truth, honestly.
Man,
okay, so another thing that's going viral. This is my last one, but Cam Newton. He has a viral clip. Everyone is going crazy over it for whatever reason. But he said that men want space from their girl, but they want space with the girl being there. Just don't talk. But I just want to know that you're there, and I want to be able to see you, but I don't want you to talk to
What's up?
me.
What's up?
But when he said that men have a hard time,
What's up, sophisticated? You said he Paul tripping? No, sophisticated. Come on, man. Come on, man. You can't. I'm sophisticated jerk. I'm starting to think you are delusional. I'm starting to think you're delusional. I think you're trying to put a wool over my eye. I'm really starting to think that because you said Paul tripping. Are you telling me? And I'm asking this, Mr. Jerk. You telling me if you was to start dating today, you even told me yourself, you're going to take a less than average chick because that's what you can afford. You're not going to listen. You're not going to leave and go out here and date, and women are going to take you out to dates or go 50-50 with you. That's not happening in the realms of this world. The men, that's a standard. This is what our fathers taught us, our uncles, our grandfathers taught us. This is a societal standard for men to pay for dates, pay for this. That's the way it's always been, and that's the way it still is. Now, I do understand what you're coming from because you have a certain standard, goal, and I was with you in the beginning, maybe when you weren't making that much money, but now that you're a high earner, that you say that you are, I don't think you're still making your woman pay for everything. No, they weren't simps. Paying isn't a simp. What's up, Kasim? Oh, shit. Oh, shit. See, you got Kasim up here. I would agree that love isn't about constant closeness. It's about giving freedom while remaining connected. Yeah, I agree with you. Now, Kasim, I do agree with that, Kasim, that, yeah, you want your woman in the house sometimes just not to say nothing to you. Right? I agree with that. Sometimes I just need you to, sit over there, work on your nails, look in your mirror, whatever it is you do, whatever it is your illusion is, just leave me alone right now. I don't want to talk to me. Yeah, I would agree with that. But back to sophisticated jerk, he says Paul's tripping, right? He says men paying for dates is a simp. That is just, I don't know where he get that from. I don't know where he get that from. And that's a little, I think jerk is a little delusional.
time communicating that, and he believes that a lot of men agree with that, where it's like, I just don't want to be bothered, but I also want to see you and lay eyes on you, but like just leave me alone too.
Yeah, I can understand what you're talking about. Like you're actually in the house, but like over there.
Yeah, like just don't talk
I'll tell
to
you,
me.
I think I got an understanding of what he's saying because I think I felt that way before. And I think sometimes when we are around a significant other, it's hard for us to really focus like on what we really need to get done sometimes. And sometimes we need like that peace and quiet just to think. It ain't even nothing against the girl, but we sometimes just need to be able to think, because I think when you around your significant other, you kind of always catering to her needs and her feelings while she around. But then the second she leaves, men really get more stuff done, I believe, because you're thinking about what you need to get done. All right, let me organize this. Let me take care of this. Let me make this phone call. Let me go. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of understand what he's saying, because it's like you could be thinking and then your significant other will say something that'll throw your thought off. Like, hey, well, let's go here or something. And you like, damn, I forgot what I was thinking. Right. Like, I understand what he was saying with that. Like, he wants you presently here, but not here sometimes. So we can think. Because we our best ideas come sometime when we just can sit there, quiet room, nobody right there to say anything to disrupt it, and really think about what we need to get done.
But it seems like what you guys are saying is a little conflicting, because what he's saying is like, he doesn't want the girl to leave. He wants to be able to still look at her, but he just wants her to shut up and like just, but don't leave, because he said, once you leave, then I'm thinking like, well, where is she? Da, 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 da. He's like, I have more peace if I know you're there, but you just leave me alone.
Yeah, you could just be in another room.
Okay.
Like, yeah, you know, you there, you upstairs, or you over there in the backyard, or
Right.
you somewhere. I know you there, but you let me go over here and kind of like.
But
you know,
men, I guess the big thing and why it's going viral is because men are saying like, how do you communicate that to a woman? You know,
you
like
say
how
what I said. You say, hey, no, you know what, that is tough to communicate to.
Right.
Like, hey,
I was going to say, Paul, don't do it. I was going to say, don't do it. That's not an easy thing to do. And this is a great video. This shows you that women don't give a fuck about your peace, about what you need to do. You need to cater to them, their emotions, at all motherfucking time. That's why back in the day, and still today, men give her money and let her go shop. Hey, baby, go shopping. Get her out the house. Get her away from you. So you can think, not because you don't love her, because you don't want her, but you need some man time, some me time, so I can, think this shit out. I might be stressed out about something at work, or I might need to figure something out somewhere else. But if you're here, you're demanding my attention, my full attention, because maybe I've been going to work all day. So when I come home, she wants you to cater to her. So you can't tell her, look, go in another room and just be quiet, or sit over there and watch TV and be quiet. Because then she's going to get her emotions, her feelings, and she's going to feel that you're disconnected from her, that you're mistreating her. So this is why the men got more crafty. They're like, here's this credit card. Go get you some motherfucking whatever you want. Here you go. Bye. Oh, you gonna come with me? No, I have some things to do. Okay. She didn't. That's the only way women are going without a fight. You give them that credit card, a debit card, they let you chill to yourself. You do all the motherfucking things you want. You got 2 hours. Sometimes a little more, sometimes a little less. But you got minimum hour and a half, maximum 3 hours. But you better figure it out by the time they get back. Ain't no just telling your woman, go in that room and sit down, and shut up. I need to think. No, that is problems. That will be conflict in the home.
hey, no, but look, like a guy in his situation, he gonna have a nice crib to where he can go into another room. Like, I'm gonna go in my office. Let me just get some time to myself real quick. And
what about men? Like, a lot of people, it's going viral. What about men not in a situation? Like, what do you suggest on how you would communicate? Because me as a woman,
men tell women I need some space.
Okay, you tell a woman you need space,
but then they take it as like,
that's gonna take a woman. She might spiral.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's hard, because it's like, if you tell a woman I need space, then she's gonna be like, oh my God, did I do something wrong?
Right.
Or you don't love me? Do you not want to be with me anymore? I would say that you could just be honest and just be like, hey, I need to get some stuff done today. Like, I want you here, but maybe, you could do your own thing, because I can't be distracted.
Or you just start an argument.
You know
what I'm saying? No, what you do is,
don't be toxic, Paul.
No, you start an argument.
No. Why do you have to start an argument? Be mature and communicate properly, and just say, hey, look.
That's the best way to get the quietness you need.
You're toxic as hell.
No, I don't do that. I'm saying for people who can't go into another room or a backyard.
This is the advice you're giving them, instead of just being a mature adult and communicating and saying, hey, listen, babe.
It's easy these days, because all you got to say, I'm dealing with some mental health. Like, I just need some time. I'm depressed. Can I just like I just need some I need some me time. I'm depressed right now. I'm going through it. The homie just passed or something. I don't know. It ain't gonna be no lie, but like I feel like we do go to that a lot. When we don't need to, even though people go through stuff, but like people will just throw it out there. Like, I'm just sad and depressed. And that's a way to kind of get some like space. Like truthfully, because like when somebody go to that, you like, damn, let me just chill. Let me kind of like take a step back. You know what I'm saying?
Because it's like, then you're kind of pushing someone away. Because then in my mind, if someone says that to me and I'm like, okay, well, you don't want me to be there for you right now, so I can't support you as your girl. Like now I'm just gonna like, okay, like do you, that's kind of like putting a gap in the relationship because you're distancing yourself without just being honest, because it could really just be like, I need one day to get my life. Just like, I'll holler at you tomorrow. I love you. We're good. Like, I feel like men go to an extreme. And when you go to an extreme, you start to create a wedge in the relationship, and it starts to create distance between your partner. When in reality, you could just keep it a bean. Listen, I need a day. I have so much shit to do. I need to get it together. I'm gonna holler at you tomorrow. I love you. We're good. Don't overthink it. It's nothing. I just need to get my thoughts. Just how you explained it. How you're like, it's sometimes as a man, your thoughts is just better when you're alone and you're not distracted. Explain that to your girl. That's so much better. And I think that the problem is that's how we start to create these wedges and these things in our relationship, because we don't want to just communicate clearly. And I know why men are afraid to do that, because the reaction sometimes is fucked up from a woman. So it's like, I'm not incentivized. I don't want to do it. Because she gonna trip. And then I got to deal with it.
See, sophisticated jerk, I wouldn't say scared. Scared is the wrong word. I would say avoidance, right? See, the one thing about relationships, there's thing called trial and error, right? So when you're dating someone, you try to see what is best suitable for you two to make it. And the men, we typically oversee this, right? We oversee this growth process. And a lot of men come to the conclusion that if they're honest about what their feelings are or where they think they should be, a lot of women get butthurt. And then it creates a hostile environment. This is the fact. This is what Paul said. This is what the men are saying when they went viral. They said, how do you communicate to your wife that you need your time to yourself without her being butthurt, without her having an attitude, without her thinking you're pushing her away? A lot of these women, they get the trip as soon as you do that. Nah, I need some time to myself. And she, the host on here, she's kind of contradicting herself. She's saying, well, just keep it real, keep it a bean, just be honest. Men have tried that over and over again to try to communicate something that's really nothing. But a lot of times women make something out of nothing. So this is why they're asking Cam Newton, how do you tell your woman that? Every time we try, she wants to argue with us. Or she thinks we're pushing her away. She thinks something's wrong. Who you fucking? When in actuality, all we just need some time to ourselves. If it was that easy, it wouldn't have went viral. So I don't think scared. I think just men, we've tried to figure out a way to try to make this relationship work. And a lot of men come to the conclusion the only way to make these relationships last, you have to happy wife, happy life.
This, you know what I mean?
That's why it'd be sometimes easier to lie.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying? Like, then how you supposed to tell your girl? Because a girl, y'all so emotional, you just feel like, oh, he don't want to go through it with me. So now that's gonna create something. Oh, he depressed. Well, why can't I be there for you? Or you need a day. Well, I can't be there and help you through your day. Y'all always gonna go to that. To where
But-
if you tell that to a man, he gonna be like, all right, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But women can't take that because y'all are like more emotional and more attachment, like to one little thing. You know,
True,
more so
and
than
I
men.
agree with that. But I think that if there's a way though, like because I think that for someone who's level-headed, I can't speak for all women, but for a woman who's mature and level-headed, I think she can handle like, hey, I get distracted easily. I need to get a lot of shit done today. I need to lock in. So let's
Then y'all feelings get hurt.
not if that to me,
Man,
not
I'm
that,
telling you.
not with that. I don't think that is a feelings hurt situation. I think that's more like I said, someone level-headed can understand that. How
Mhm.
you put it, I understand that clearly. If a man was to tell me that, I would be like, oh, for sure. Like, I feel that.
And then like you gonna go with your girls. Oh, you said you didn't want me, so now I'm over here drinking, doing my
No,
thing.
no.
Oh, you didn't want to be around me, and then that's it always gonna turn into something.
That's
It's
not
gonna
true.
always
We're
always
talking
do
about a
because I've done that
level-headed-
before. I've been in relationships. I've done that. Then it always turned into something else. Oh, well, you didn't want to be with me. Well, you needed some space. It turned into like, damn, she couldn't understand like us. One day we've been together like 55 straight days. Like
Yeah, I
one
get
day,
it.
like, but the one day
But you
it's just
can't-
like any relationship, one mistake. It don't matter how much good you do, one mistake, and then it get tricky. So one little space move, it just get everything tricky.
That's not true in my
It
opinion,
is.
but I do know that that does happen a lot though. But I'm speaking of people who are level-headed and mature. I
Who?
don't think you're speaking of that.
Aliens, because certainly not.
You don't think there's no
Not,
women that are
but
level-headed and
women-
mature in the world.
Not it's gonna take like I said, it's gonna go back to like
And
the
I do agree.
older women. Yeah, older.
Okay.
Yeah, but like nobody, older meaning like more so like in your 50s. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like late 40s. Like when you under that, it's like, man, you're gonna have to do some real massaging and like really buttering up to really get that point across.
I mean, I understand why men do lie about things because I do understand that dealing with it and avoiding it is better. But it's like, don't you think that starts to create little issues within the relationship versus just keeping it a being? Like,
It's gonna create either way, so you might as well just roll with
you might as well create the lie.
create it, and deal with it later.
I'm crying.
Get the peace and then deal with it later. Deal with the dysfunction later.
That's wild.
Deal with the war later.
Okay, whatever. So today I want to talk about something because you said something interesting when we were on another podcast, and I want to just elaborate on it a little bit. You said that after 7 years, the relationship is a wrap.
Well,
You were
I
like,
feel
that's
like
when all
this.
the
If you could get through that threshold of the 7th year, you could go a long way. But like when it gets around that 6, 7, 8 years, that's when the true test of a relationship really come through. If you ain't broke it off before then, because if you can push through, then you probably gonna be together another 7, 8 years. But like that 6, 7 years, I feel like I'd have been in a couple of relationships like that, and that's when it was just like kind of like a strain around those years. And you know what? I happened to look up a statistic actually because I didn't know what it really was. I was like going off of my experience, and so I looked this up, and it said right here, it said with half of marriages lasting as long or more. Let's see. It say, all right, here we go. However, the average length of a first marriage that ends in divorce is closer to 8 years. And this is a statistic that I'm reading from AI online. And I was like, damn, that's around the time. And then it goes and say, marrying later in life could be associated with longer lasting marriages. Which I said, that's why I feel like marriages is for like old people.
I don't think they mean old. They could be
later in life. What is later in life?
Later in life could be later in life, not like young. I think that people who marry when they're in their 20s or something, they're still growing.
But later in life is the back end, the back 9.
I think later in life, you should ask, what do you mean? What
later
are the
in life
dates
is
of
like
later in life?
mid 40s.
Right. I agree with that. I think later in life it's been 40s. Like my dad, he was married twice before my mom, and he married my mom when he was like 46 and had me and my sister, and they're married still. You know what I mean? But he had 2 marriages prior to that. So I don't know what that is.
Couldn't move around like he used to. So he's like, let me settle in.
See, and I don't want that. I don't want that. I don't
He
want
couldn't
that. I don't
shake
want.
and-
I don't want that. And my dad does though shake and groove
He
still.
couldn't shake
He's
and
old.
bake.
No, he can shake and bake still right now. That man be kidding it. Okay, I feel like there's something about a man. Y'all know, sit down. Like I realize that with men, it don't matter what age. That's why I guess women get cooked and men get cracking, because men continue to crack off no matter the age. I never seen nothing like it in my life. But anyways,
You've seen it your whole life. Men age like fine wine,
women ain't
like we knew.
milk.
Like I don't know how women age. I just know we
They
keep.
say
We keep
milk,
getting better.
which is cool. After that many years,
No, you got to keep finding ways to kind of have fun. You got to keep finding ways to be more romantic. You got to keep finding new ways of intimacy. You know, you got to keep surprising them. And, you know, it got to be different stuff every year. You know, you can't have the expectations of that to be happening every weekend. But it's like, all right, this year I'm going to go to this. Next year. Once you get, you're together so long, you know.
boxes that you have.
For me, you know, I feel like mental stimulation
Okay.
is important.
Like the non-negotiable boxes that have to be checked.
I just think I can't talk to no dummy.
Okay.
Like, dog, like just everything is just like you just don't get it. Like, have you ever talked to a guy or a
Yeah.
girl that just dumb?
Yes.
Like they don't even know left from right. And it's like, damn, because that's what I'm saying. You know, from the first conversation, like, oh, she dumb. No, I'm gonna take it for what it is. You know, but like mental stimulation, you know,
Okay.
more
Okay.
so than a man. Like I've said this, and it's been said millions of times. Like when a man loves a woman, he genuinely loves that woman for the most part. If he's out with you, holding your hand, taking you some places, he really, really like you. Some women just like the situation and will deal with the situation because
Yeah.
a man is successful, because a man can do all these things. He could be busted. He could be, you know what I'm saying? But they like, oh, you know, he can do this for me, girl. And that's a flex for a girl in front of their friends. And that's
Mhm.
what girls look for. And it's just like those type of things don't last long. So like that's why I be saying cats with money and good looking in and you know, feel like they can get them a nice looking woman, but they gonna be a lot of high maintenance come with them. A lot of them because they've been treated and because of the social media era we're in too. Because most of those 9s, 10s that we consider visually, they getting courted by, you think you own them? They getting courted by millions every day. Every day. They looking like they looking at millions of comments, all this. They getting validated every day. So the one day you don't show up, somebody is. And so that's why I be like, man,
Well, listen,
I'm
I
good on
think
that.
we live in a transactional relationship era. And I think that's really how we're living. So I can agree with 100% of what you said. And I can also say that it takes a two to tango, baby. Because them women only can think and move like that because men enable that behavior. And there are men that are okay with paying for a woman on their arm. There are men that are okay with doing that. And that's why women are
they
able to live a certain lifestyle and they expect certain things because they are actually getting that.
Yeah.
They are actually being with men who are okay with buying their love. There is a lot of
We enable. But there are plenty of poor men out here who can't afford to do the things you want them to do. And you won't take them. So is it enablement or self-empowerment? We ain't making you men with what you mean. this is an expectation from you guys, not an option.
Men that are like, look, I'm cool with that. I made money so I can be with this type of woman who has the
Right.
surgeries and looks a certain way and be on Instagram models and this and that. I came to this level so I can buy a woman. If she don't really love me, that's cool. We're using each other.
Right.
I'm using her to have me on my arm and she using me. We are in
And that's the realest thing she said the whole show. Everybody using everybody out here. What are we talking about? Everything's about usury.
a
Right.
transactional relationship era.
That is
People
what it is.
are
It's always been transactional, stupid. It's always been transactional. It's not never been not transactional. Whether sex, money, whatever it is, it's transactional. Whether it's mental or physical, it's transactional. If a woman stops giving sex, she's going to lose that man. If that man stops giving her sex, she's going to walk away. Yeah, and this is delusional. This is why people are delusional. They think, oh, well, you know, it's Disneyland. Oh, she loved me for me. He loves me for me. Just, oh, good little me, my personality, my morality. He want coochie, you want money. And this nigga delusional. Man, she really into me. I'm him. I'm him. She's using you too, nigga. You using her, she using you. We both are in the same boat. Is that what we use each other for is different. That's the name of the game.
transactional with each other. Nothing is genuine and real because everything is about what we can do for each other. A man feels like if I come around here with this broad who all these men want and she looks a certain way, I'm cracking. And she feels like I come with this man. He could look however he looked, but he got money. He's taking care of me. I could care less for the man, but at the same time, we using each other. Period, point blank. So we cannot do one without the other. The women are posting them pictures because, baby, they are prey, and y'all are catching the bait every time.
Mm-hmm.
That's just the fact of the matter.
Right.
So I agree with you 100%, but I agree that it goes both ways. Men are doing the same shit and they're acquiring the money so they can get those women. And they're okay with that. And they're okay with not having real relationships.
So in saying that, you made a great point about that, which is very true. So me speaking to the men moving forward, it's going to cost us more in the long run. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be with a kid or a marriage that ends in divorce. So men, if you're out here, especially you successful men and you're dating these pretty girls, use it for what it is and keep it there. Don't take it no further. If this is transactional, keep it that. Don't get pregnant.
Right.
Don't get married. And then once the fling wear off, move on. Because it's going to cost you a lot more in the long run trying to floss, trying to maintain it when it really ain't what you thought it was.
Bottom line, everything's transactional. Date what you can afford and enjoy it while it lasts. That's it. This ain't none of this shit forever. Right? Everybody using everybody, and that's just the name of the game. Good night.